A sphere of 20 radius is placed centrally over a square slab of side length 50 and thickness 25 Draw the isometric projection and isometric view of the combination. So here also we are having a combination of two solids, out of which one is a sphere of radius 20 and another one is a square slab of side length 50 and thickness 25 So a square slab is here, and on top of this square slab we are placing a sphere. So in this case, as the radius of the sphere is 20 diameter will be 40 and the length of the square slab is 50 So this distance is 50 So this distance is 50 So in this case, as the total diameter of the sphere is lesser than that of the total length of the square slab, when you're observing from the top, the square will be completely visible in the top. And when you're observing from the top, you can see the sphere as a circle, as a complete circle. And likewise, when you're observing from the front view, you can see a rectangle, because here the side length is 50 and the thickness is 25. So when you're observing from the front, you can see the square slab as a rectangle. And again, when you're observing from the front, you can see this sphere as a circle. So both in the front view and in the top view, you will be getting the front and top views of the sphere as circle, and the top view of the square slab will be a square and the front view of the square slab will be a rectangle. So I shall draw it centrally to the center of the corresponding square slab. So here I have marked the center of the square slab. I shall take a radius of 20 and I shall draw a circle to this top view. Now we shall draw it in the front view. The front view of the sphere, again it is a circle. So how to draw it? So let us extend this axis slightly to this direction, 20 above, using a thin line. We shall locate a center point in order to take the center of this circle in the front view. So from this point again you can draw another circle. We shall draw two axes of symmetries. Here also we shall draw two axes of symmetries. Now we shall draw the isometric projection and isometric view of the combination. So initially what we are going to do now is, we will be drawing the isometric projection and isometric view of this square slab onto the right hand side. So here I will be drawing the isometric projection, here I will be drawing the isometric scale. So initially we shall draw the isometric of the square slab. So when it comes to isometric projection, that I am going to draw here, there will be length reduction, and here I won't be accounting that length reduction onto the right hand side when I am drawing the isometric view. So initially we shall draw it using thin lines, because only after placing the sphere over the square slab we will be able to make out which all portions of the square slab will be visible. So initially we shall draw it using thin lines. Now we shall consider the isometric of the sphere. So when we are considering the previous questions, that is in the case of frustum of a cone, the pentagonal prism and the cylinder, what we have done is we have enclosed this solids inside another box. Here we are having a square box, here we are having a rectangular box, and here we are having again a square box. So we have enclosed the solids inside another box, and we have done the isometric of the box first. That is, we are just tilting the box to the isometric position. So here also we have tilted the box to the isometric position, and then we inscribed the isometric of the solid inside this isometric of the first box. So likewise, when you consider the case of a sphere, you have to include this inside. Usually what we will be doing is we will be just enclosing this sphere inside another solid. So here, as this is a sphere, it can be perfectly placed inside a cube which is having a height of around 40 mm. But here we are not going to draw a cube of 40 mm dimension. Now initially we shall think about what will be the isometric projection and what will be the isometric view of the sphere. So as I have mentioned, suppose you consider that this point and this point, these 2 points are the 2 points which are on the either ends of the axis of the sphere. So I am just holding this sphere at the either ends of the axis. So in order to get the isometric position, you have to tilt the solid. So you will be just tilting the solid, and again when you are observing from the front, still the front view of the sphere is again a circle. So when it comes to isometric projection, when you are observing from the front view of the sphere is again a circle. But does the circle have any length reduction? It won't be having any sort of length reduction. In the top view, in the front view, or maybe in the side view, in all views, whatever may be the tilting angle of the axis of the sphere, we won't be having a reduction in the diameter of the sphere. So in case of isometric projection, the spherical radius of the sphere, it is not getting reduced. It is not getting reduced. Whereas in the case of isometric view, what happens? So here you know that when you are doing with isometric view, we are not accounting the length reduction. We are not accounting the length reduction. So here already I have done the isometric view of the square slab. So when we have learned about the difference between isometric projection and isometric view, here we have learned that isometric view is larger in size, and the enlargement is 1 by 0.82, it is approximately 1.22. So actually isometric views are isometric projection into 1.22. So here it is written isometric projection into 1.22 is equal to isometric view. So this is our actual concept. Isometric projection into 1.22 is equal to isometric view. So here in the case of this square slab, here this dimension, each of this dimension is this dimension into 0.82, and again when you are multiplying this dimension into 1.22, it will be the same dimension. But when it comes to sphere, here we don't have a length reduction for the spherical diameter of the sphere. So when it comes to the isometric view of the sphere, we have to multiply the spherical radius of the sphere into 1.22. Then only we will be able to draw it. But what about the axis side? So axis is actually a length. So let us consider that this is the axis of the sphere. So initially, let us place it in a vertical position. So in order to get the isometric position, we have to just tilt the axis. So when you are tilting the axis and when you are observing it from the front, this axis will be having a length reduction. So in case of isometric projection, the axis height will be height into 0.82. So there will be a length reduction. But when it comes to isometric view, here we are not accounting the length reduction. So it will be the height of the axis into 0.82 into 1.22, which is the height of the axis itself. So what is the height of the axis? height of the axis is 40. So here the height of the axis will be 40 into 0.82. So here the height of the axis will be 40 into 0.82 into 1.22, which is 40 itself. Now let us draw the axis alone in both of these diagrams. So here we are having the center of this isometric, and here we are having the center of the top surface of this isometric. So from this center, so here from this center we are having the axis. So from this center we shall draw the axis vertically upwards at a height of 40 into 0.82. So here we will be drawing it at a height of 40, because 40 into 0.82 into 1.22 is 40 itself. So we shall draw the axis first and mark the center of the axis. So height of the axis is 40. So already here we are having this. This is true length 40. This is true length 40, and this is isometric length 40. So this will be 40 into 0.82. So take this length in compass. And we shall mark the center of the axis. So this is 40 into 0.82. Center will be 20 into 0.82. So again we shall take it using compass. Here also we shall draw the axis. So remember that here it is 40 itself. So we shall take 40 mm true length. Now we shall mark the center, which is 20. So 20 mm true length. So here these are the two centers of the axis. Now, as I have mentioned, in this case, the spherical radius is not getting reduced. The axis height will be getting reduced because the axis is getting tilted. So we will be having a length reduction here, but the spherical radius, whatever may be the inclination of the sphere, the spherical radius, it won't be getting reduced. The spherical radius, I'm just telling about the axis height which is getting reduced, but the whether it is a front view or the top view or the side view, the size of the circle won't be getting reduced. That is, the spherical radius is not getting reduced. It is not simply radius but spherical radius. It won't be getting reduced. So from this center, you have to take a radius of 20 in compass, and you have to draw a circle. So that will be the isometric projection of the sphere. So here I'm just drawing a circle, some thick lines. Again onto the right hand side. So here what happens? Here in this case, isometric view is equal to isometric projection into 1.22. So in the case of isometric view, so in case of isometric projection, so in the case of a sphere, the radius of this sphere is 20 here. And when it comes to isometric view, you have to multiply it with 1.22. So isometric projection into 1.22 is equal to isometric view. So in this case, the radius is not getting reduced. So we have to multiply 20, so the spherical radius, into 1.22. So multiply 20 into 1.22. So what is the value of 20 into 1.22? It is equal to 24.4. Okay, it is equal to 24.4. For the time being, let us take it nearly 24.5. So this is not exactly possible. We shall take a round value. So let us take this measurement in the compass. So as you all know, we won't be able to take it exactly 24.4. So in this ruler, we are having minor divisions up to 0.5 mm. So I shall take it as 25 So I shall take it in the reverse manner. So here this is totally 25. So from this point in the reverse direction, I'm taking it as approximately 24.5. So this is the difference between isometric projection and isometric view. Here, the size of the sphere will be getting enlarged. Okay, so here, because here we don't have a length reduction, it is 20. Here we will be having an enlarged view. So here it is already mentioned the difference between isometric projection and isometric view. Isometric view is larger in size and the enlargement ratio is 1.22. That is why we are multiplying 20 into 1.22. So isometric projection into 1.22 will be giving you isometric view. But in the case of these square slabs, this is 50. So 50 into 0.82 will be giving you 41 approximately. Again 41 into 1.22 will be still it will be equal to 50 mm. So that is why here we are not having a length reduction. But the main concept that you have to remember is whatever values you are having in isometric projection, you just multiply it with 1.22 in order to get isometric view. So here actually this is the axis. So let us draw it as an axis of symmetry by extending it to either sides. Now we shall draw the remaining portions of the isometric of the square slab in both the cases as thick lines. So this is the difference between the isometric projection and isometric view of this combination of solid. So here to draw it specific, so this is spherical radius. SR stands for spherical radius, and here we have taken the height. We have marked it as HI. It is only for this diagrams including spheres and hemispheres. So here I am writing it as HI. HI is equal to 20 into 0.82. So whereas here I am writing it as H. H is equal to 20 itself, because here we don't have a length reduction for the axis, but the spherical radius is extended. So that is why it is written as SRE. SRE is equal to 20 into 1.22. So 20 into 1.22, it is approximately 24.4. We have taken it as 24.5.